readers, today's book recommendation is Kimmi, Queen of the Dingoes by Fayvel Parrott. An incredible story of courage and survival, and it's based on the true story of a dingo that is living in a sanctuary. This is Kimmi's story, and it is also her mother's story, and it is the tale of how her mother ran over mountains and dusty red earth to find her daughter Kimmi to spend one last day with her. But it is also a story that goes back thousands of years and many lines of female dingoes. As soon as I read the first line, I was hooked by this book because the prose is so poetic, but also so sparse, which really matches the landscape of the place in which it's set. The first line in the book, which just grabbed me, "In the land of the boab tree and the endless bright sky, dingoes have walked the red earth for thousands of years." If you haven't been to Australia and you haven't actually experienced the red dirt in the centre and in some rural areas, it might be quite unusual to talk about walking the red earth. But for someone who has seen that landscape, this writing just absolutely captures all of that beauty. But also it's such a personal story told from the perspective of Kimmi that is just so heartfelt and emotional, and I just really connected with the characters, as will any younger readers. And also it deals with loss in a really clear, concise way, but because it's from the point of view of the animals, it gives you that bit of a step back to be able to process that grief, at the same time giving you incredible compassion for these dingoes. So it's based on a true story. The father of this family was killed and then the brother was killed, but the local people made this decision to save these dingoes and they sent them to different places as they weren't able to send them to all one place. It's such a hopeful story though, and in the back of the book there's some resources to talk about the type of dingo, tropical dingo, and also places and strategies to assist to help them. There has been some, bad press is not the right word, but there's been some misunderstanding of the dingo and their role in Australia, and also more sustainable and humane ways to manage the issue when we combine them with farmlands and other human endeavours. I love this book. I know you will too. I'm going to read you the first chapter in the hope that you will just get so inspired that you'll want to read it yourself. In the land of the boab tree and the endless bright sky, dingoes have walked the red earth for thousands of years. They were respected. They were free, and they lived in harmony with the land. But not long ago, all of that changed. Into this new world, a small tropical dingo cub is born, destined to become a queen. She was born in a place that is older than time, where wild rivers rage into deep canyons, where desert plains run onto jagged mountains, where the blue-winged kookaburra calls for the sun to rise, and the cicada's hypnotic song pulses all through the night. She was born beneath a full moon that was as red as blood. Her mama said it was a sign of her great power. She said she had felt it the whole time she carried her in her womb. Her mama said she was special, a queen. She came out first, her tiny eyes closed. 3 boys followed, all in a rush. They were much larger than her, much darker, and they were her brothers. Her mama licked her clean, and she knew she was safe. She knew she was loved. She fed on her mother's milk, and she felt herself growing stronger. Her father was not there, but her mother was not alone. Her sister was with her. They would raise the cubs together. For the first few weeks she slept, this little queen, in the heat of the day, with one strong female at her back and one strong female at her front, with her 3 brothers squeezed in beside her. There, in that embrace, nothing could touch her. She was a part of a clan, part of a family, and she was never alone. Actually visit Kimmi at the Dingo Research Sanctuary and Discovery Centre in Melbourne. How amazing would that be? I know you'll love this book. All of these awards are proof that it is a valuable text, but it's actually the personal connection that we get between the reader and the characters that is the really outstanding part.